Hey guys, welcome back. So today I have a first impression review and also swatches of the new Tarte Rainforest of the Sea shades. So they did just come out with 9 new shades and I did get all of them. So I'm super excited to swatch them all for you guys, and I've actually also never tried these foundations before, so I'm also going to be doing a first impression of it on my face as well. Alright, so I did get all 9 of the new shades, which I am so excited for. If you follow me on Snapchat, you saw me unbox them and I was so excited because I had no idea the package was coming. So I do have all 9 of the new shades plus 1 extra one. So I am going to swatch them all for you on my arm to maybe help you out figure out a better color, because I know the first 9 or 10 that they did come out with, a lot of people were having some trouble figuring out their correct shades because they were very like pink toned. So if you are kind of more towards like my type of skin tone, I feel like it'll be a lot easier for you to find your correct shade with these 9 that they came out with. So I'm gonna do my first impression of this first, and then I will swatch all of them after. So let's just jump right into this. Alright, so I do have a primer on my face already. I went in with the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. This was the first time I had used it, and I just went like this and I rubbed it all around my skin and then kind of blended it out with my fingers. My skin feels super smooth, by the way. I'm gonna try going in with the color Medium Sand. I feel like this isn't gonna be the right shade, but I'm not sure because I don't think Deep Sand is going to be my shade either. I think it's gonna be way too dark. So I did just get back from Florida, so I'm like extra bronzy right now. So we're gonna try Medium Sand, and then we're just gonna maybe mix some colors together if it's not the perfect shade. But I do know that this is the correct undertone, so I think this is going to be okay. So I'm gonna give this a good shake. And I know a lot of you probably are aware of what this foundation is. It's supposed to be high coverage, very hydrating. It's a water foundation. It has an SPF of 15, which is really great. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a shake, and then I'm going to go in with my Sigma F80 Kabuki brush. And then on the other side, I will try my dampened beauty blender. So this is the packaging. In case you didn't know, it is the same as the other one. So it is just kind of a dropper. So I think I'm just going to drop it right onto my face. Oh, I think it's going to be way too light. Alright, so right off, I feel like I don't get too much in the dropper. But that's okay. So I'm just going to start out with that amount of drops and go in with my Sigma F80 Flat Top Kabuki brush and just kind of try to stipple it into the skin. So it is a little bit light, and this brush needs to be cleaned. So this is a little bit light, so I'm actually going to go in and add a couple drops of this darker one. Probably not the best idea, but I need it to match my neck, right? Much better. I think that matches a lot better. So I don't really know if it's full coverage like it says, just because I'm definitely seeing my freckles through it, because I did get a lot of freckles while I was on vacation, but I feel like I like the coverage. I feel like it really looks like my own skin because you can see my freckles through it, which I actually really like about it. But I don't like that, once again, there's not really a color that is matching me, so I would have to get both of these. This, once again, is Medium Sand, and this one is Deep Sand. So I'm just going to put a couple of drops on directly onto my F80 Kabuki brush of the Medium Sand. And then I'm just going to go in with maybe like 1 drop of the Deep Sand, just so I have that darkness in there. And then I'm going to finish up on my forehead. So my neck is kind of red because I'm a little bit sunburned down there, but I think those two mixed together give me like the ultimate perfect shade for my neck shade, which I'm loving. And as for the coverage, I would say it is a medium coverage. As I said, I can still see my freckles going through it. So I'm not sure why, but I feel like if I squirt it right onto the Beauty Blender, it's going to like absorb a ton on here. So I'm just going to go in with it on my face and just give myself a couple of drops onto my face. And then once again, just like 1 drop of the dark. And then I'm just going to take my dampened Beauty Blender and I'm just going to mix it all around my face. I usually always like what it looks like with a Beauty Blender better than a brush, but we will see if it's the same with this foundation. So if you're going to be mixing colors, I would definitely recommend to do it like on a little tray thing and then mix it on a tray. I would not recommend mixing it on your face because it's going to end up being uneven, but I think it's okay. Alright, now that it's on, I actually really like the foundation. It has a really great finish to it that it looks like your natural skin, and I just love it. It is a little bit tacky, so you're definitely going to have to set it, but I really like the foundation because of the coverage and because of the shades. So I know I personally don't have the perfect shade. If I wasn't so tan right now, this is the medium sand. This one would definitely work for my complexion, but just because I just got back from Florida yesterday, this one's not matching me. But I know that once my normal tan fades away and I'm just left with my self tanner, this shade will match me probably almost perfectly. As for which side I liked better, if I liked the brush or the beauty blender, I feel like they're actually pretty even. I feel like I might have gotten a little bit higher coverage on this side with the brush than I did with the beauty blender. So I am just going to go in with maybe just a little bit more on this side, just to make sure that it is the same amount of coverage on both sides so we don't go walking around looking all weird. Alright, so now that my foundation is on, I am going to get my rest of my makeup on my face, and I will check back in with you when I am done. Alright, so I have the rest of my makeup done, and I am in love with this foundation. I can easily say it's probably going to be one of my new favorites. I love just how it sits on the skin. I love that I can still see my freckles through it. I don't think it is a high coverage foundation as it says that it's supposed to be, but I do think it is a medium coverage, and I think it does a really great job. I am absolutely in love with it. I wish that the applicator could drop out a little more product than it does, but I really like the fact that it is a dropper applicator. I think that a dropper applicator is the second best after like a pump, because I hate ones that you have to like dump out. So I love that it has a type of applicator that you don't have to dump. I just wish it maybe had a little bit more suction when you used it, that like more would squirt out. But I really love this foundation. If you have dry skin, I really think this would be good for you, just because I feel like it's very hydrating to the skin, and I do have dry skin, so I really love this foundation. Alright, so let's move on to the swatches. The first one here is Porcelain, so this one is very light. It is a gorgeous color. In my opinion, it almost looks white just from here, but I'm just going to put a little drop of it on my skin. And so it looks just like that. I actually don't think I'm going to rub it in either, because I don't want it to be like too like smeared that you're not going to be able to see the color, but this one is Porcelain right here. Next up on the spectrum we have Fair Beige, so it just is right here. Next up we have the color Fair Light Sand, so you can see it right here. Next up we have Light Medium Sand. Here is Light Medium Sand, so we're getting closer to my skin tone, so Light Medium Sand is right here. Next up is Light Honey. I feel like I went out of order here. We're going to do Light Honey right underneath Light Medium Sand. Yeah, I definitely went out of order. So here is Light Medium Sand right here, so this one probably should have been above this one, but that's okay. Next up we have Light Medium Honey. Alright, right here is Light Medium Honey, so we're starting to get closer to my skin tone, so Light Medium Honey is right here. Next up we have Medium Sand. So I think Light Medium Honey would have been good for my shade, because Medium Sand is actually a little bit lighter than Medium Honey. And then we're getting into the beautiful darker shades. So here is Deep Tan. So here is Deep Tan right here. Next up we have Rich Sand. Next we have Rich Sand, which is right here. Last one we have is Mahogany. This last one right here is Mahogany. Here we have Porcelain. Here we have Fair Beige. Here we have Fair Light Sand. Here we have Light Medium Sand. Medium Honey, Light Medium Sand. This is Deep Sand. This is Rich Sand, and then this is Mahogany. So gorgeous colors. So hopefully if there was not a shade for you in the first round of Rainforest of the Sea colors, hopefully you can find one of your colors in this batch. I really love this foundation. As I had said, this was the first time that I had worn it, so I'm super excited to finally be able to wear it. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I love all of you so much. Let me know down below if you have tried this foundation and how you like it. Thank you so much for watching. I love all of you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!